My name is Johnathan Masterson, and I was diagnosed with glioblastoma in November of 2023. I was upstairs doing homework, and all of a sudden I couldn't make out the words anymore on the screen, and I started to get very dizzy, really bad vertigo. When I came downstairs, I woke up my husband, told him that I felt like something was wrong. And so after a lot of debate, because I didn't want to go to the emergency room, they found a mass on the frontal lobe of my brain, and it was later determined that I had glioblastoma. I think the biggest challenge is honestly trying to learn how to live again. When I first got diagnosed, I was told that I'd be dead within 12 months, and it's a diagnosis that changes your life forever. I started to travel a lot, picked out a burial plot. I started looking at a will. I started getting finances in order. I started doing a lot of things that the typical 48-year-old doesn't do. It's tough. Nobody's going to live forever. I think when anyone adds a time frame to that, it really puts things into perspective. So it was a tough time. Since my diagnosis, I've undergone chemotherapy mixed with radiation. After those were completed and my head fully healed up, I did Optune for a while. We get an MRI every 3 months, and the MRI will tell you if you're good or if you're not good. The week before my scan, I kind of go into a depression. It affects my family, it affects my husband, it affects every aspect of my life. And I don't think for a lot of us with glioblastoma that ever gets any better because it's a constant reminder of this thing that is growing up in our brain. Walking in the Northern California Brain Tumor Walk really makes me feel like I'm not alone. Somebody had once told me it was going to be like 1,000 cheerleaders cheering in your corner, and it was that and more. It's important to create awareness, because I knew nothing about glioblastoma, and this disease has been around for so long with so little movement in research, because glioblastoma is underfunded and misunderstood. Most people do not even know it exists until it happens to them or somebody they love. Awareness leads to funding, funding leads to research, and research leads to better treatments, longer lives, and maybe one day a cure. Awareness is not just a campaign, it's a lifeline. Our stories matter, our voices matter, and if enough of us talk about it, then we become more of a community, and I think that's really important. If I could give anyone hope, my prognosis was 12 months. They told me firmly I was going to live under 12 months. I'm now at 18 months and I'm thriving. That to me is hope. If you feel like you're alone or you feel hopeless, just know that there are many of us out here who are past our prognosis, and that can be you.
Thank you to the sponsors of the 7th Annual Glioblastoma Awareness Day: IMVAX, IQVIA Biotech, Stryker, 4Biotherapeutics, Global Coalition for Adaptive Research, Laminar Pharma, Telix Pharmaceuticals, Candel Therapeutics, FGS Global, Integra Foundation, Novacure, Society for Neuro-Oncology, Stern Kessler, and University of Maryland Brain Tumor Program. Thank you.